Definitely when you start riding trails, you want to just get the feel of your bike, get going through the rhythm sections, before you start doing tricks. You got to learn how to ride before you can start doing all variations and, linking stuff up. It's better to learn how to come in smooth and get your pump. It's going to take a while to learn how to pump really good to keep going through sections. So that's the most important part, I think, learning how to ride first.
Yeah, definitely don't just show up at trails thinking you're the badass, just throwing your body around, throwing your bars around.
Excuse me. After you start out with some single smaller jumps and you start moving on to some rhythm sections, there's a technique that, it takes some feathering. When you take off and you reach your peak in the air, you want to tap your brakes slightly to kick you forward, and that's why, like on the video, you see some of us are like arcing and coming down perfect nosedive. That's because we tap our brakes really slightly. You don't yank them in. You just feather them once, when you reach your peak, and it'll drop your front wheel enough to come in nosedive, and that'll give you the correct pump you need to keep going through the section. So that's a really important part of it. One of the most popular trail tricks today is the tabletop. There are many different ways to do them, so it's all up to you and your style. The basics are 2 movements put together, upper and lower body. You push down with your arms and up with your legs in order to get the bike as flat as possible. Alright, one of the most basic trail riding tricks to do is the X-up. That's what it is. You're basically hitting the jump. When you peak, X your arms up, tweak it as far as you can. A good example of it would be like a Mihelich or a Stauffer or like a Punjab. They have really clicked ones, and you know what I mean. They're a good example of a good 270 X-up. And by 270, we mean clicked 270 degrees. When you're starting out doing your basic trail tricks, one thing that's really important is foot position. The general rule of thumb is if you ride right foot forward, you're going to want to turn inward to it. If you ride left foot forward, same thing. Just basically go with what feels better and turn accordingly. The most stylish trick at the trails is the turn down. It's a little complicated because there's a lot going on. Approaching the takeoff, keep the bike vertical, and then turn the bars downward towards your back pedal. This will give you room to click into it. Once you get in there, you should be ready to pull out. You want it to rebound and send you straight. Nose in and ride away. One of the more popular tricks today is the unturn down. It's basically a turn down without turning the bars. So in other words, you want to get up into the position, straight up, vertical at your peak, snap into it with your arms, straighten out your legs to keep your bike straight up, and basically that's all it takes. Snap into it.